Welcome to Wall Street Confidential, the show we give you the inside scoop as to what's really happening on Wall Street. I'm Greg Greenberg. With me, as always, Jim Cramer. Jim, brokers reporting next week. We got Lehman. We got your alma mater, Goldman Sachs. We got Bear Stearns. I know they're going to be filling out their office pools. What's going to be happening in terms of earnings?
All right, well, first, this is a special weekend edition because I want to have this done in cooler heads. Again, I want to put my Bear hat on, not Bear Stearns. I think it's really important to understand how easy it is to manipulate stocks. And there's an ETF that you can slam. It's really imperative. It's options expiration week. It's really imperative. This is the way I would do it. I come in with guns blazing initially. And with, say, let's use Goldman as the paradigm. I would be buying the March 195 puts. I try to buy 1,000 puts, say, every 2 hours. Visible, but not ultimately enough to wreck the stock. And then as we get closer to the earnings, I'd be buying the in-the-monies. Okay, I'd be buying the 205s. And the 200s will probably be the worst strike to use. And then right at the last minute, right before the report, I come in with and buy about 10,000 190s for just a fraction because it expires. Then the company reports, and I would immediately key on whichever's the bad line, or if they don't give you a bad line, then I would spread the word that it was the mortgages that were a bad line. And then I would point out that there's no buyback. Goldman suspends this buyback for the earnings. I think you could take the stock down to 190. I don't think you could take it to 185. At 190, the puts will be worth about $1.95, 210. I would blow out the 195 puts into that. I keep the in-the-money puts. It's okay. We'll just take those all the way. And then as the other guys report, start peeling off the 190s for a very nice profit. I would take off, though, initially, as whatever the cost of the 190 is, I take that out and let it go.
This is a full expectation that the stock is going to go down next week.
I don't really, no. This is a force down. It has nothing to do with the fundamentals.
This is if you were coming in.
The company's just selling 9 times their earnings. It's irrelevant. I'm just talking about how to manipulate a stock down.
Okay.
I think the idea that it's good or bad is really a stupid thing to focus on, frankly.
Okay, so you're going to come in and you're going to be buying puts, expecting the stock to go.
Yeah, you buy it, you do it to Lehman or Bear. Yeah, well, look, sometimes you just have to take command of a stock. I often talked about doing the blitzkrieg. You have to blitz a stock. You have to just take action when other people don't know what to do so you can paint the tape. And again, I really want to emphasize in the special weekend edition, the notion of whether it's a good quarter or bad quarter is completely and utterly irrelevant. You want to take that totally off the table because then you're going to be caught up in the fundamentals and you might do the wrong thing. All
right, so don't listen to the fundamentals. And does this go the same for Bear, for Lehman, for Goldman?
Oh, absolutely. It might be easier to do Bear and Lehman because they actually have mortgage divisions. Keep in mind, Merrill at 82, you might want to buy some 80 puts there. Force that sucker down. It's so much easier to make money on the Bear side than it is on the Bull side when you have these particular kind of financials going on, as opposed to, say, a Parker Hannifin, which is an upstock, or a Deere, or a Cat, which I own for ActionAlertsPlus.com, or a Cummins. These are much more difficult to manipulate.
Okay, so if this is you at your hedge fund,
I would do this left and right.
Left and right. But
yeah,
it doesn't take a heck of a lot of firepower. No, it doesn't take as much firepower as you think with a float that big.
No, and it's the buyback and you buy the puts underneath. And I want to emphasize that this is money in the bank. That this is exactly what I would do. Is there a possibility of an upside surprise? I want to take that off the table too because I would just get on the phone and explain to people why it's lies. I want people to understand. Look, I don't say this stuff on TV. I want people to understand how phony the market is and how manipulated it is. And we don't have any zebras. There's no SEC. You can do whatever the heck you want. You use this payphone if you have to, if you're afraid your lines are tapped. But it is imperative upon the bears in expiration week to wreck these stocks. And if they cannot wreck the stocks, this is going to be a hugely bullish week. But I just find there's just much too much money on the line to let the fundamentals will out here.
All right. Big week in the brokerage sector next week. Cramer says this is the way to play it. I'm Greg Greenberg. That's Wall Street Confidential. Please come back. Thanks a lot.